Hello beautiful souls that you are, welcome to another video, and today we're gonna dive into the song Paint With Your Hue. And well, I don't think I ever mentioned it, but there are some songs who are included in my Lightworkers series, and those specific songs I came to or are made to lift you up, to raise your frequency, to make you remember who you are. You are divine light, you are divine spark of light, and you are important. You know, if you weren't important, you wouldn't exist. Every single soul has their own spot in the whole universe. So you are that important because this spot meant for you. This stage meant for you, not for anyone else. And no one can be you. Not any person, clone, or spirit can be you. Just you can be you. Alrighty, so before we're gonna dive in, paint with your hue. So the main theme is gonna be about yourself, learning to embrace your uniqueness, learning to love yourself, to be true with your being, because painting with your hue is creating from yourself and recognizing or acknowledging that you have your own unique hue, that no other soul have it. So you are unique. Now, before we're going to dive even more, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Emil Sparkle and I'm an artist, and I'm also a visionary. That means that I'm getting messages through visions, flashes, like dreams and everything that comes into my mind. And as an artist, I express and translate these messages through forms of art. So here specifically it's going to be lyrics of a song, but as you can see behind me, I also paint, drawing, writing, and any other kind of form of art. Yes, so in those specific videos you will have the more expanded messages, and you will have the explanation of what is written between the lines. If there are any kind of topics, spiritual content, then I will explain everything in those videos. You also should know that I'm not a musician just yet, so I use AI tools to make my lyrics into full songs. And with that being said, I think we are ready to go. So let's go.
So you feel like you're on fire. Seems you're gonna explode like a tire. There is no place for quiet days, and your mind is an over-melting maze.
So you feel like you're on fire. Seems you're gonna. God damn it. Seems you're gonna explode like a tire. There is no place for quiet days, and your mind is an over-melting maze. You know what? I'm just gonna make the screen bigger. I just don't like to use my glasses. So this whole verse talks about the burdens that we have in our daily life. It is happening when you're in autopilot. Like you have a long period of time, or years of doing the same lifestyle, but it's not working. And that verse says, you know, so you feel like you are on fire, seems you're going to explode like a tire. It's when you get into this peak in your life that you say, just, I cannot handle this anymore. I cannot take in anymore. I need to release. I need to explode. I need to just let it go and start all empty again. And that is when you are taking in things that are not yours, things that are harming you, and your soul tells you, well, you are definitely not in the right direction to this your divine spot in life. So you will feel that, and that is a very big burden in on your shoulders, and you take it through your life path, um, and those burdens are can be like being in the job in a work in a job that is not suiting you, to be in a relationship that is abusive or just not uh, what was this word again, mm, that's not good for you, you know. Forgot the word. So alrighty, so not being in loving environment, just, you know, being off your place in life. So of course you will feel that something is wrong, that something is just not working. And so there is no place for quiet days. It says also that on this daily life, it's an autopilot life. You are getting into a loop that is like, it's like erasing yourself from your own life. You go to work and you come back from work, you being with your family, with your partner, with being in your house, eating dinner, go to sleep, and then wake up again and do the same. But there's no purpose. There is no your self expressions. There's no self-loving. You know, there's a lot of things that are missing because it is an autopilot. It's been in the matrix. It's been programmed, and we all are. Just so you know, we are all coming here programmed, and this awakening call is when you understanding and willing to go beyond the programming. So, anyways, you are there's no place for quiet days. So when you are in this autopilot lifestyle, there is no time for you. Like I said, it's like erasing yourself from your own life. So you don't even have time to be quiet, because even, you know, even in your rest days there is this mind always working, always thinking, always there is no rest. When you're in autopilot, there is no rest. You can come home and be on the couch, but this is not rest. You don't feel rest when you are in autopilot. Rest is it's almost like a restart. You feel it in your whole layers of bodies, and it's not just sitting and, you know, just falling into the chair after a hard work day. This is not rest. This is exhaustion. So there's no quiet days. And your mind is an over melting maze, and that's what I talked about just right now. That your mind is always working, 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 but your mind can be quiet. You know, you can blank your mind, and it seems impossible for so many people because it's when you okay when you go towards this goal to empty your mind, it seems impossible because you start to be aware that your mind is always working. So it's very hard to shut it down. But you can do it because you can do anything. And there are methods to do it. I'll give you right now, you know, it's good. Yeah, this is a good moment to say. So I'm just gonna write it down. you go and try mindfulness. This is one step. It's one step, but it's powerful. When you are being consistent, you will see after 1 month or 2 months doing mindfulness for, let's say, 10 minutes a day, only 10 minutes a day, you will see the trans your phase in life will change. You will understand what rest is really, and it's amazing. Just try it. Mindfulness, okay? Write down in YouTube mindfulness exercise for 10 minutes a day. You will see the shift. You will see the change.
To lift others, to show how loving you matters. Even if you're in your darkest days, more than the abyss, you've learned to breathe to your chest.
Some came to lift others to show how loving you matters. Even if you in your darkest days, more than the abyss, you have learned to breathe to your chest. Okay, then. So those some are the volunteers. They been called as chosen ones. They've been called as some of them as star seeds, light workers. But those souls has a collective mission, and is to help you remember that loving you is the key, is literally the key for opening you up into the universe, because you're not living just in 3D. Okay, we've been learned about 3D loving, and that it needs to be earned, and you need to go and excuse me and do things for that to achieve this loving. Mm-mm. Not anymore, because you are rising up, you are aligning with higher frequency, you are learning about unity through the sensations, through the environment, through those some that came to lift you up. Because loving you, self-love is the key for you to align with higher frequencies, because it's all start the gate, okay? The inner gate is in your heart chakra. When you are opening your heart chakra, learning to expand it, activating your light body, and just expand your frequency, that is when you can align with higher frequency. That is when you can align with this state of loving, because it is a frequency, it's a vibration that you need to tune in, and it starts with you. So you love yourself, and everything changes. Even if you're in your darkest days, more than the abyss, you have learned to breathe into your chest. Okay, so this abyss is the programming. You can call it the matrix, but it is the collective structure of humanity's mindset. Okay, we have been programmed, and all humans have been programmed that way. It is collective. We've been programmed that to firstly to care for others, and that is great. Okay, caring for others, it is important, but we've been learned to take care for others more than ourselves, and that needs to be, well, it's not even supposed to be upside down, but caring for others or giving for others is something natural, like your breath. It just happens. When you are being in the moment, it will happen because it's part of you. And the programming telling you that you need to push it, you need to do more, you need to work hard, you need to to drain yourself to achieve something. And that is so not true. You have so much within you. It's about awareness. It really is. And when you start to be aware of this programming, that taking care, like I said, to take care for others more than you, you care for yourself. When you are caring for yourself, you're also caring for others automatically. It happens just automatically because of your frequency and your energy field. You are connected to everything that's around you through energy. And and this program and this matrix, what kind of accent is this? When you're in this 3D programming and you're aware of it, that is when you say, okay, I have a choice. I can stay here or I can go above. I can rise above this structure. And it's a choice for every single soul. You choose it. So there's no one that will, shout at you and go and to a specific direction. Just trust your soul that it will guide you to the right path. Righty? Yes.
Find the answers in true loving, without dependence, without limitation, where you can be you, without imitations. Use your imagination. Paint with you. Paint with you. Paint with you. Paint with you.
So find the answers in true loving. Okay, and this and the course says gives you the answer of how to go above your current life, or how to go above the this autopilot or your old life, how to change it, how to go and just how to start. And it's all in this true loving. So firstly, you learn true loving in like in a 3D expression. Yes. All right, I'm going to explain that. And it says like this: without dependence, without limitations, where you can be you, without imitations, use your imagination. And this true loving is when you being yourself, absolutely yourself. Ask yourself right now, right here, right now, where am I? Am I in a good relationship that I can be absolutely myself? Am I in the right environment that reaches me and supports me? Am I in the right job? Is that what I want to do? Do I want to make a living or do I want to make my purpose? What is that? Where am I? Where I right now in my life? Where is my spot? And do I want to change it? Now, without dependence, true loving is without dependence. If it's romantic, if it's a friend relationship, if it's community loving, there's no dependence. You are you as a whole, and you are sharing your time quality with others. So it can be in romantic relationship. It can be with your partner that you feel like you need to please it him or her or they, or you need to do things and or compromise yourself to make peace in the house with the siblings, with the partners or the family. And sometimes we do compromise and we do saying, well, okay, this is not just me here, but sometimes, not every day. And so ask yourself, it is it worth it? This compromise, I don't know how to say this word. See if this dependence is happens rapid and repeatedly. Okay, it's not supposed to be like that. You're not here to please others. Look if you feel like you need to have an advice from others on every single thing. It's also being independence. So go and check that. It's not supposed to be this way. True loving is when you are just being you and people accept that and people are having fun with whoever you are. The interactions are not supposed to be with an expectation. You are not supposed to expect to people to do something. It's supposed to be with freedom. So without limitations, and here we are with freedom. People shouldn't limitate you. They can advise you, they can tell you what they think, they can give opinions. Eventually you choose. It's not supposed to be in any kind of relationship of force or control. And true loving is really about, again, being you and having quality time with others. Simple as that. If it's in intimacy, if it's in friendship, if it's in community, and so on, where you can be you without imitations. This is where you can throw away all your masks, all your costumes. Just throw them away. If those are costumes that you don't want to wear, because some people love to have costumes, and that is a kind of form of art. So I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about these masks that we are putting to please people and just fit in. So there's no imitations. There's no fakeness. There's no being someone else but you. Use your imagination, and using your imagination is also using your hue, using your authentic self. Just be you, gorgeous soul, and you will be amazed how sparkling you are.
So you feel like you're on the edge. Seems you've been kept in a locked cage. There is no space to throw the waste, and your doings left you with a bad taste. Some came to lift up.
So you feel like you are on the edge. Seems like you have been kept in a locked cage. So we're going back to our first verse, and I told you like it's you are being in the edge of your life that you just your soul tells you, nah, not anymore. You have to wake up. You need to go. Go, just redirect yourself. Seems like you've been kept in a locked cage, and well, it can be your own imaginal. What is imaginal? imaginational cage, or it can be a mental cage. It can be a physical cage, like being in space, in a home, a house, not a home, a house that is a cage for you, with um, with the culture, with the education system. Something is not good for your soul. Something is off. So you are being in a cage. It can be a very unhealthy relationship, can be abusive and control relationship. So this is when you are awakened to your soul's needs and you are listening. It's not okay. It's not about even awakening. It's about listening. You just stop because you are just exhausted. It's enough. Enough is enough, and you just cannot take it anymore. And you stop everything and listen. That is when you understand that something is off, and you've known that for a while, but now you are listening to yourself. Something is wrong and something needs to be done. There is no space to throw the waste. That means that even letting go is something you cannot do because you are locked in a cage. So there's all the things that you are gathering, all this poison, all these toxic um, experiences are around you or within you, part of your body, because your body remembers everything, absolutely everything, every emotion, every thought, whatever you ate, whatever you where you, how much you walk today. Your body is a magical, intelligent vessel, so it remembers everything. So if you don't have um, a way to throw the waste, to let it go, and it will keep be in your vessel and it will stain it with holes or with darkness. And we don't want that. We want to release what is not longer serving you. Otherwise you couldn't evolve. You cannot heal. And your doings left you with a bad taste. And that means, as it says, that you're doing something you don't want to do, and you don't even believe in what you're doing. Then something is very wrong. It needs to change.
Others to show how loving you matters. Even if you're in your darkest days, more than the others, you've learned to breathe to your chest. Find the answers in true love without dependence, without limitations, where you can be you without invitations. Use your imagination. Seems being alone is an unpleasant burden. Falling in love means to shout at each other every now and then. By the end of the day, you know nothing about you and left with an empty brain. Life surrounded by
Seems being alone is an unpleasant burden. Falling in love means to shout at each other. Every now and then, by the end of the day, you know nothing about you and left with an empty prey. So, you know, it's really funny to say, but it seems like people are allergic to alone time. And trust me, I've tried on some people I know, and I'm like, oh my god, this is really bad. This is really bad because there are plenty of people who are filling this silence with something, with sound, with a video, with the phone, with the news. They cannot be just be in silence. Just cannot. Where are those people who know how to be in silence? Where are they? So it seems like it's something unpleasant, and it's not. It's just that lots of people are just don't know how to be in silence because they are not in silence. They are in their mind, in their monkey mind. And I told you, did actually, I don't remember if I told you, but if I did, then it's good. If not, I'm just going to repeat that. You can do mindfulness practice. It seems mindfulness practice. It seems like it's for some it's like rubbish, but it's not. This is the basic, or at least it's one of the best practice for beginners to learn how to empty your mind, because your mind can be empty. Yes, it is. It can, and it is amazing experience. Amazing. Oh, like no worries, no thoughts, just emptiness. Just having no mind. Almost. It is amazing. It's like a being reborn in the mind. Everything is just clean, so clean. So it is when you are cleaning your mind. Empty your mind is like whenever you are cleaning your house, you can also clean your mind. Um, so go and do this mindfulness 10 minutes a day. Start with 10 minutes a day. Do it for 1 month. You will see results. Okay, go down, check in YouTube, mindfulness practice 10 minutes. Make sure that you are um, picking someone with the right tone for you that helps you to get into this meditative state. It will do the work. Like I said, start with 10 minutes. It will help you in so many more spiritual practices because it is the basic. It is the fundamental um, practice into being open to the vast of the universe and consciousness. You go and do that. Falling in love means to shout at each other. And there are so plenty, again, like I don't want to put you down, but in reality, it seems like a lot of people just picking somebody that they like their I don't know, their outfit, or they like their behavior in a specific um, moment or event, and just saying, okay, let's fall in love. And it's not like this. It seems it's more like in the movies that you are falling in love, that this is something grand and there's a lot of sparks in the beginning. But just in the beginning, it's not continue to be that way, but it should be. When you are in the right match, then sparks will always be. And it seems like people sticking together or just not to be alone, because there's a fear of being alone, that being alone is it's known in our culture as a disappointment, as being unsuccessful, as being unfulfilled, or to be unhappy, because making family is happiness. It is a form of happiness, but it's not happiness in its all forms. So People are afraid to be alone and they pick up somebody that they fell in love with, but in the upcoming years, it's just not working. So every now and then, in the end of the day, you know nothing about you, and you're left with an empty prey. And being with somebody is it's not a request, it's not a mission. It's a choice of sharing your time with someone else. You don't fall in love or getting in relationship to have someone to heal you or to have somebody to take care of you. That is just a bonus. If they willing or they wish to um, give from themselves to you and you are willing to receive, that is amazing. But it's not something that you need to consider. Consider yourself as a whole, and to be with another person as a whole. Just sharing yourself together and having love, embracing this relationship or this connection. Because true loving is without acceptance, it's just being together and just loving it, just being it. And it's amazing. So ask yourself, how am I in the right place? Am I with the right soul that meant to be with me? Because every single person, or let's say every single soul, has its unique match. So yeah, and your soul knows your divine connections, and if you listen to your soul, then those connections will come very naturally and in the right timing, because it is about divine timing. Alrighty, so the last thing I want to talk about, you know nothing about you and left with an empty prey. Empty prey is when there's nothing to say thank you about, where your gratitude is nowhere to be found. And when that happens, then you're in deep shit. Sorry to tell you that, but you are. Because gratitude or praying is, one moment, is when you say thank you for what I have. And I told you that you are a divine, beloved, amazing soul. So you have a lot to say thank you about. It's just like an affirmation telling you that you have. And when you get to the point that you are left with no thank you about what you have, then something needs to shift instantly, right now. So if you have nothing to say thank you about in your life, then you need to change everything in your life. You need to change your way, you need to change your habits, everything. Because your soul knows what's best for you. Yeah.
People scared from silence, filling the gaps with looping words, no tolerance to hear the same codes.
Okay, so life surrounds by people who scared from silence, filling the gaps with looping words, no tolerance to hear the same codes. So yeah, we've been talking about that in the previous verse, that people are scared to be in silence. They are filling this gap with looping words with the same. You will see people who are in the matrix or in this autopilot. they will talk about the same topic again and again, like trying to find solutions, but not listening to those solutions, because people who are awake, or people who are trying to help, will help those people to find the answers, or to redirect their perspective, or the way they are seeing things. But those people who are filling the gap with looping words will keep on these looping words, because they don't want to listen to you, they don't want the answers, they want to keep in this loop. And most of you are doing this subconsciously, so that means that you are not even aware that you are in a loop until you are. So people might wake you up and telling you, my dear, you are talking on the same thing for like years, and there's no change because you didn't do the step. Okay, so this is your choice. It is your choice. Whenever you are aware to what's going on, and you are aware that that was a loop, you choose if to go out of it, or to keep on the same in the same life, like being in the same landscape and in the same how what's that perspective. So there's no tolerance to hear the same codes. The people who are like just had enough of it, and they are don't want to be in their life in autopilot, or to be in a loop for the rest of their lives, because that is a karmic circle. So, or you choose if to complete it or to keep it up, and it will repeat itself. So those people who are starting to awake will have no tolerance whatsoever to hear those same codes, the same, because it's the same topics, it's the same subjects in your workplace, in this not colony, community. You know, every place you go, there is a common conversations that have been going on like forever. So it's just to fill the gap of this silence. Just let it be. Just let silence be. It has a lot to say. It really does. And you know, and here, mhm, mhm, mhm. So you choose, eventually, if to wake up and just change your life, go out from the program. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. I told you that you can use mindfulness. It will be very beneficial to you if you're starting to wake up, because it will lead to spiritual experiences and a spiritual growth, as much as self-awareness. You can go after that and work on yourself, uh, value. Okay, you go use affirmations. Affirmations. You can make your own, but if you don't have, if you're still in linear timing and you don't have time, go again to YouTube. Check for a quick formation, like between 10 to 20 minutes of formation video. It can be also meditation, it will be even better. And for uplifting yourself, and it will help you regain your self-value. Because it's, you know, affirmations are made to restructure your mind. So mindfulness will put you in the moment, and it will help you to be aware of your the thoughts in your mind, and just aware of yourself and your body and your energy. And after doing mindfulness, you can go and do these affirmations. Then you will restructure your mind into who you are. Like, your beliefs of yourself will change, because a belief, it's a thought that keeps of repeating. This is programming. So if your thoughts of low esteem is repeating, and you change it with an affirmation of self-worth. Repeating, you will see results. This is how it works. This is how it happens. So value yourself, learn to love yourself, and everything will change. Mindfulness and self-value are the practical practices that I highly recommend for you to start. And yeah, and we finished here. Yes. With that being said, we also have this. Yeah, you just paint with your hue. Okay, after doing that, learning to love yourself, it's also about self-acceptance. So you accept yourself, and then you learn to express it. You express your soul. You paint with your hue. You don't say sorry about being yourself because some people don't like it. So some people are not fitting to be in your environment. Simple as that. There are billions of people, and I'm gonna tell you right here, there are probably at least 1 million people that will absolutely love you as who you are. Just listen to your soul, and your soul will guide you towards those people. They can be your soul family, they can be just people who just vibing in the same frequency that you are. Until the next one, have a wonderful day, and cheers.